You ready?
Yes.
Hi, this is Catherine Roseland with Working Geek TV. I'm sitting here with Babis Gianos, and he's here to talk about KUNE LAKIA from Ludi Creations.
So, what KUNE LAKIA is all about? It's a divorce gone wrong.
Oh.
Yes, between a royal couple of bunnies, a Lapine couple. Because, you know what, the royal bunny couples usually go better than that. So it's a tug of war between the princess and the duke that have actually split their properties, and right now they are on the process of trying to sway their family members over to their side.
Ah.
So that means that the father gets to stand for his girl, the duke's sister tries to stand for him, and so on. And so on.
Yes.
But everything can go wrong in the game. So mainly the game is a card game that has the unique mechanism of actually building your hand instead of building your deck.
Okay.
So what you do is that you play an action before the next player passes on, and you try to play your cards in a combination that corresponds to the symbols down to the side of the relatives. That means that you try to sway your relatives over to your side by just showing them off whatever you got from the divorce. You see, I got the stables, I got the statue, I got the jewels.
You should be on my side.
So by doing that, you actually make them like you more, so that means that the king can actually support his daughter. Or the countess can stand for her brother. Or if something goes even more wrong, then if the duke, let's say, tries to exert influence over his father-in-law, then things go rather different and the influence changes over to the couple side. So that means once you get into the war, you stay into the war, taking sides. What's more is that the princess actually employs this kind of technique, trying to exert her influence over her family members, but the duke is a sly one. He actually gets to draw cards over from the relative decks and actually try to play them to gain the upper hand. He can actually, he's more of a political authoritative figure. He has the money, the diplomatic means, the contacts, everything. She has the charm and wiles, but that doesn't matter that much. So he actually gets to store his cards, so limit his resources, and gain much more points versus his spouse. As you're doing this, you actually get to put carrots on your characters. That means that they offer their counsel in that. What sort of counsel, I don't know, but you know, asking for the sorcerers to provide support is something quite sly and different. This is it, and the fact that the players actually vie for the edge, which is also a means of gaining the upper hand versus your opponent, a significant other. Mainly it's a tug of war, but with no apparent victor.
Great. And it's a two-player game, I'm assuming?
It is a two-player game.
Yeah.
Yes.
How long?
It takes about 25 to 35 minutes, depending on the player, let's say.
Yeah.
There are many players that wish to estimate the control over their game, but there are others that are more impulsive.
Okay.
Yes, I am an impulsive player. And since things change quite radically, the game doesn't last that long. That means it usually ends around the third or the fourth round.
Okay, that's relatively quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it usually demands, let's say, a rematch.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this was two-swayed in one direction. Let's go again.
Exactly. Or quite better. Oh, you won. I win. I wish to win right now. So let's play again.
Very nice. And gorgeous pieces. The carrots and very lovely art.
Yes, and the art is from Chrysorin, a friend of mine, who actually excels at this kind of thing to make the fairy tale seem much more vindictive.
Yeah. It's gorgeous. Thank you so much. That's KUNE LAKIA?
Yes, and it actually stands for rabbits in Greek.
gorgeous. I love that. From Little Creations. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.